Krishna, welcome to all devotees. Now we start today's Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatajayam Udirat Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna Dandot Pranam. Today we completing this chapter 19, the perfection of spiritual knowledge, canto 11 of Srimad Bhagwatam. Shloka number 36 to 45. Shamaha matnishtata buddhe dama indriya संयमः तितिक्षा दुःख सम्मर्ष जीवा उपस्थजय धृति दंडन्यास परम दानम काम त्याग तपस्मृतम स्वभाव विजय शौर्यम सत्यम च समदर्शनम. अन्यत च शृणुता वाणी कवि भी परिकीर्तिता कर्मसु असंगमः शौचम त्याग संन्यास उच्यते धर्म इष्टम धनम नृणां यज्ञ अहम भगवत्तमः दक्षिणः ध्यान संदेश प्राणायाम परम बलम. भगम ऐश्वर भाव लाभ भक्ति उत्तम विद्या आत्मनि भेदा बाध जुगुप्सारी अकर्मसु श्री गुण नैरपेक्ष आद्या सुखम दुख सुख आत्यय दुखम काम सुपेक्षा पंडित बंध मोक्षविद. मूर्ख देह आदि अहम बुद्धि पंथा मत निगम स्मृत उत्पत्थ चित्त विक्षेप स्वर्ग सत्वगुण आदय नरक तम उन्न आह बंधु गुरु अहम सखे गृहम शरीरम मानुष्यम गुण आड्य ही आड्य उच्यते. दरिद्र यह तो असंतुष्ट कृपणा यह अजित इंद्रिय गुणेषु असक्त धीर ईश गुण संग विपर्यय एते उद्धवते प्रश्नाः सर्वे साधु निरूपिताः किं वर्णितेन बहुना लक्षणं गुणदोषयोः गुणदोष दृशी दोषो गुण गुण अस्तु गुण तु उभयवर्जित. ट्रांसलेशन एंड purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Absorbing the intelligence in me constitute mental equilibrium and complete discipline of the senses is self-control. Tolerance means patiently enduring unhappiness and steadiness. Steadfastness occurs when one conquers the tongue and genitals. The greatest charity is to give up all aggression toward others, and renunciation of lust is understood to be real austerity. Real heroism is to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy material life, and reality is seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead everywhere. Truthfulness means to speak the truth in a pleasing way, as declared by great sages. Cleanliness is detachment in fruit activities, whereas renunciation is the sannyasa order of life. The true desirable wealth for human beings is religiousness, and I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, am sacrifice. Religious remuneration is devotion to the Acharya with the purpose of acquiring spiritual instruction, and the greatest strength is the pranayam system of breath control. Actual opulence is my own nature as a personality of Godhead, through which I exhibit The six unlimited opulences. The supreme gain in life is devotional service to me, and actual education is nullifying the false perception of duality within the soul. Real modesty, and the real modesty is to be discussed with improper activities, and beauty is to possess good qualities such as detachment. Real happiness is to transcend material happiness and unhappiness, and real misery is to be implicated in searching for sex pleasure. A wise man is one who knows the process of freedom from bondage, and a fool is one who identifies with his material body and mind. The real path in life is that which leads to me, and the wrong path is sense gratification, by which consciousness is bewildered. Actual heaven is the predominance of the mode of goodness, whereas hell is the predominance of ignorance. I am everyone's true friend, acting as the spiritual master of the entire universe, and one's home is the human body. My dear friend Uddhava, one who is enriched with good qualities is actually said to be rich, and one who is unsatisfied in life is actually poor. A wretched person is one who cannot control his senses, whereas one who is not attached to sense gratification is a real controller. One who attaches himself to sense gratification is the opposite, a slave. Thus, Uddhava, I have elucidated all of the matters about which you inquired. There is no need for a more elaborate description of these good and bad qualities, since to constantly see good and bad is itself a bad quality. The best quality is to transcend material good and evil. Purport with the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna here describes those qualities that are desirable for persons advancing in human life. Sama or mental equilibrium means to fix the intelligent in Lord Krishna. Mere peacefulness without Krishna consciousness is a dull and useless state of mind. Dhamma or discipline means first to control one's own senses. If one wants to discipline one's children, disciples, or followers without controlling one's own senses, one becomes a mere laughing stock. Tolerance means to patiently endure unhappiness, such as that provoked by the insults or negligence of others. One must also sometimes accept material inconvenience to carry out the injunctions of scripture, and that unhappiness must also be patiently endured. If one is not tolerant of the insults and abuses of others, nor tolerant of the uh, inconveniences that may arise from following authorized religious scripture, it is simply foolishness for him to make a whimsical show of tolerating extreme heat, cold, pain, and so on, just to impress others. Concerning steadfastness, if one does not control the tongue and genital, then any other steadfastness is useless. Real charity means to renounce all aggression toward others. If one gives money to charitable causes, but at the same time engages in exploitative business, enterprises, or abusive political practice, one charity is worth nothing at all. Austerity means to give up lust and sense gratification and to observe prescribed oaths such as Ekadashi. It does not mean inventing whimsical methods of torturing the material body. Real heroism is to conquer one's lower nature. Certainly, everyone likes to propagate his own fame as a brilliant person, but everyone is also subject to lust, anger, greed, and so forth. Therefore, if one can conquer these lower characteristics generated from the modes of passion and ignorance, one is a greater hero than those who merely destroy their through intrigue and violence. One can develop equal vision by giving up jealousy and envy, and by recognizing the existence of the soul within every material body. This attitude pleases the Supreme Lord, who then reveals himself, solidifying forever one's equal vision. Merely describing things that exist does not constitute the last word in the perception of reality. One must also see the true spiritual equality of all living entities and all situations. Truthfulness means that one should speak in a pleasing way to show that there will be a beneficial effect. If one becomes attached to pointing out the faults of others in the name of truth, then such fault finding will not be appreciated by saintly person. The bona fide spiritual master speak the truth in such a way that people can elevate themselves to the spiritual platform, and one should learn this art of truthfulness. If one is attached to material thing, his body and mind are understood to be always polluted. Cleanliness therefore means to give up material attachment, not merely to frequently rinse one's skin with water. Real renunciation is giving up one's false sense of proprietorship over one's relatives and wife, and not just giving away material objects, while real wealth is to be religious. Next, sacrifice is the personality of God and Himself, because the performer of sacrifice to be successful must absorb his consciousness in the personality of Godhead and not in temporary material rewards that may accrue from sacrifice. Real religious remuneration means that one should serve saintly person who can enlighten one with spiritual knowledge. One may offer remuneration to his spiritual master who has enlightened him by distributing the same knowledge to others, thereby pleasing the Acharya. Preaching work the constitutes the highest form of remuneration. By performing the pranayam system of respiratory control, one can easily subdue the mind, and one who can in this way perfectly control the restless mind is the most powerful person. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is naturally full of six opulences, namely unlimited beauty, wealth, fame, knowledge, strength, and renunciation. Therefore, the greatest properties life is to achieve personal living service to the Lord, who is naturally the reservoir of all pleasure. Real education means to give up the false idea that anything is separate from the Lord, the source of all potencies. Similarly, one should not falsely consider the individual soul to be different or separate from the supreme soul. Mere bashfulness does not constitute modesty. One should spontaneously withdraw in disgust from sinful activities. Then one is actually modest or humble. One who is satisfied in Krishna consciousness and thus does not seek material pleasure or suffer material unhappiness is considered to be actually situated in happiness. The most wretched person is one addicted to sex pleasure, and a wise man is one who knows the process of freedom from such material bondage. A fool is gives up. A fool is one who gives up his eternal friendship with Lord Krishna and instead identifies himself with his own temporary material body, mind, society, community, and family. The real path in life is not simply a modern interstate highway, or in more simple cultures, a footpath free of thorn and mud. It is that path that leads to Lord Krishna. The wrong path is life is not simply a road having many thieves or tall booths. It is that path that leads one to utter confusion in material sense gratification. Or heavenly situation is that in which the mode of goodness predominates rather than that found on the planet of Indra, where passion and ignorance sometimes disturb the celestial atmosphere. Hell is anywhere the mode of ignorance is predominant, and not merely the hellish planets, where, according to Lord Shiva, a pure devotee can think of Krishna and remain happy. Our actual friend in life is the bona fide spiritual master who saves us from all dangers. Among all gurus, Lord Krishna is himself the Jagat Guru of spiritual master of the entire universe. In material life, our own material body is our immediate home, rather than some structures of bricks, cement, stone, and wood. A rich man is one who possesses innumerable good qualities. He is not a neurotic fool with a large bank account. A poor man is one who is unsatisfied, which is self-explanatory. One who cannot control his senses is certainly wretched and miserable in life, whereas one who detaches himself from material life is actually a lord or controller. In modern times, there are remnants of aristocracy in Europe and other countries, but such so-called lords often display the habits of lower forms of life. A real lord is one who conquers material existence by rising to the spiritual platform. A person who is attached to material life will undoubtedly manifest the opposites of all the good qualities mentioned here, and he is thus the symbol of going backward in life. The Lord concludes his analysis by stating that there is no need for further elaboration of these good and bad qualities. Indeed, the purpose of life is to transcend materially good and bad qualities and come to the liberated platform of pure Krishna consciousness. This point will be further explained in the following chapter. Thus end the purpose of the humble servants of his divine grace S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada to the 11th canto or 19th chapter of Srimad Bhagwatam entitled The Perfection of Spiritual Knowledge. Now prayers. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Dev Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे वांछा कल्पतरुभे च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna Dandat Pranam. In this shloka of the chapter The Perfection of Spiritual Knowledge, here all aspects of describing about the perfection in our spiritual knowledge. Here they giving about the intelligent, what is intelligent, what is happiness or unhappiness, then what is truthfulness, what is true desire, wealth. All these are here describing in all these shlokas. Actual opulence, supreme gain in devotional life, all these are describing in this shloka. And the best quality is to the transcend material good and evil. And most important is this the purpose of life is to transcend material good and bad qualities and come to the liberated platform of pure Krishna consciousness. And about this again Krishna describing in ahead chapter. Om Vancha kalpatarubhe cha kripa sindhubhe eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna Dandat Pranam. Prabhuji will tell you in short. Then we will start.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, Krishna is talking about mental equilibrium. So, when it comes to mental equilibrium, Krishna is explaining clearly how mental equilibrium is and how it is going to be achieved by us. So, he says that having the intelligence absorbed in Krishna and discipline of the senses is self-control. So, intelligence in Krishna is mental equilibrium and discipline of the senses is self-control. When it comes to tolerance, because Krishna has also ordered us to be titikshas, it means patiently enduring unhappiness. And that is what we are already doing every day. Not a single moment of our life, right from what I'll say, birth to death or cradle to grave, can we have happiness, because this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So, one who is able to endure this unhappiness patiently is known to be having tolerance. And steadfastness means you have to conquer this tongue and genitals, the central body part. Charity is not giving money. The greatest charity is giving up all aggression towards others. Now, this is the most difficult but most important aspect as well. Because if you are not able to give up aggression towards others, then there is a high likelihood that you will be doing Vaishnava Aparadha, knowingly or unknowingly, and which Krishna does not like. And then what is renunciation? So renunciation is the real austerity. So if you are able to give up lust, then that is real austerity. And what about heroism? Is Arjuna not a hero? Yes, because he was able to conquer the natural tendency to enjoy material life. Then what is reality? Reality means seeing Krishna everywhere. Right in front of you right now, there must be Krishna. Truthfulness means speaking the truth in a pleasing way, as explained by the sages. Cleanliness means detachment from all kinds of fruitive activities. Nowadays, we find people running after money, wealth. They want to have Viksit India. So, according to them, Viksit means wealthy, the biggest economy. But then Krishna says the true desirable wealth for human beings is religiousness. One who is able to get into religiousness is got the real wealth. So this is what Krishna has been telling us. And this is what we have to learn. And when it comes to strength, pranayama, the way we control the breath in, maintain, out, that is inhale, stop, exhale, that is the greatest strength. So here in this whole chapter, Krishna has explained about himself in such a wonderful knowledge with the whole intention to bring about perfection of spiritual knowledge. Because it's only perfection of spiritual knowledge which can help us in going back home, back to God. And the best way to do that is ABCD. Association, reading of scriptures, chanting, taking only Krishna Prasad as diet, doing DT services, and engagement in any kind of a service to Guru, the devotees, and Krishna. Hare Krishna.